What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Brent Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy pick and plays for December 31st, 2024. It's Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the year, the last day of the year. It is New Year's Eve. We got tons of action across every major sport, and we're going to try to keep winning. We won our slips yesterday, or we didn't win all of our slips, but we won enough to have a profitable day. That's like 3 profitable shows in a row. I want to say like 4 out of the last 5, 3 out of the last 4, something like that. It's a crazy week with the holidays, but we didn't take any days off, and it has been paying off, making money on Underdog with these picks every single day. All right, so I already told you about the promo code, right? It's a new year, new you. Get that new promo code, DailyDog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com. Get that 50% deposit match bonus worth $1,000, and use those bonus funds on some of our picks for today. Let's start with our college bowls. We're going to go with Jonah Coleman, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. Jonah Coleman is a running back for the University of Washington. He is the leading touchdown scorer for this team. He's got 10 on the year. They are facing off against Louisville. I think Louisville's offense might be okay here, even without Tyler Shupp, but I don't think their defense is going to be stopping the run. Give me a touchdown with Jonah Coleman here. Let's keep it simple. Let's get this thing done. By the way, I skipped the Bama-Michigan game. 1, it starts really early in the morning for people on the West Coast. And 2, the opt-out situation of that game is an absolute mess. I don't know how long people are going to be playing for. I don't know what's going on. So I just don't want to overestimate what is going to be involved in that game. So give me Jonah Coleman, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. Then we're going to pair that with Jonah McCray, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. Jonah McCray is Josh McCray. I don't know. Jonah Coleman is the previous guy. Josh McCray, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. Illinois running back, top touchdown guy, 6'1", 235-pound back, big back, a bruiser down around the goal line. I know that people love South Carolina. They finished the season strong. I think they're going to kill Illinois in this game. I don't necessarily think it's going to be that easy, and I think Josh McCray is going to have something to say about that. I think he's going to bang one in from short. So give me Josh McCray, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. This 2-leg pick entry is 3.38x. Is a 3.38x multiplier. Let's go to college bowls number 2. We're going to go Sawyer Robertson, quarterback for Baylor University Bears, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns against LSU. LSU opt-outs all over the place. Secondary guys missing. This Baylor team quietly won 6 games in a row to close out the season after starting the year 2-4. This team is hot. They're trying to build for next year. They got a lot of dudes playing. So give me Sawyer Robertson, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns in this game. We are going to pair him with Nyck Harbor, the big play wide receiver out of South Carolina, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns, 4.49x multiplier. Bowl games are places where guys like Nyck Harbor make a name for themselves and generate all this offseason hype for next year. Give me Nyck Harbor, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. That was Sawyer Robertson, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns, a 4.49x multiplier. College bowl slip number 3. We're going to go with Josh Cameron, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. He is the top touchdown scoring wide receiver for Baylor. As I said, they're going to be passing just fine. I think their top guy is going to eat here. So give me Josh Cameron, higher than 0.5 rush plus receiving touchdowns in this game. We're going to pair that with Drew Allar, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns against Boise State in the college football quarterfinals. Simply put, I think Boise's pasty is good, but I think this is actually going to be a fairly high-scoring game. I think Drew Aller is going to get some touchdowns. I think Tyler Warren's going to get one. I think one of his running backs is going to catch one as well. So give me Drew Aller, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns, paired with Josh Cameron, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns, 3.66x multiplier. All right, let's go to NBA. We got 2 NBA slips there. We're going to go NBA number 1. NBA foreshadowing. NBA number 1, Isaiah Hartenstein, higher than 0.5 double-doubles. Like 6 of his last 7 games, he's had a double-double. The only reason why he didn't have a double-double in his last game is because he had 9 points in a pretty much blowout. He had double-digit rebounds. I know he's going to have to stand and bang with, Rudy Gobert here. It could be a little tough. I'm not too worried about it. Isaiah Hartenstein, higher than 0.5 double-doubles in this game. Pairing it with Evan Mobley, higher than 16.5 points. The Cavaliers killed the Warriors yesterday, and Mobley only played 25 minutes, only scored 7 points. Was not his best game, not the most active game. I think he's going to get back in LA. Obviously, he played at USC, very familiar with the area. Evan Mobley higher than 16.5 points in this road spot against the Lakers in a leg 2 of a back-to-back where he only played 25 minutes the previous night. Good smash spot for Evan Mobley. He should be fresh. He didn't have to put too many minutes on the legs, as I said. And back in LA, he really wants to make a difference here. So give me Evan Mobley higher than 16.5 points. NBA number 2, we are going to go with Alex Ovechkin. Oh my God, another foreshadowing. I can't read. NBA number 2, Damian Lillard higher than 4.5 rebounds. Dame obviously is a diminutive point guard, known for assists, 3-pointer scoring. Quietly pretty solid at getting 4.5 rebounds or more. 2 of his last 3 games, he's had 6 rebounds. 3 of his last 5, he's had 6 rebounds. And 4 of his last 6, he's had 5+ rebounds. So it is pretty much right there. I mean, when he doesn't have 5+, he usually has 4. So it's like he's always right on the cusp. This one's going to be a sweat to the very end, obviously, because again, rebounds isn't really his job description. But at the end of the day, he's averaging more than 4.5 rebounds per game, and you're getting a nice little plus price here on him to do it against the Pacers. Obviously, the Pacers shoot a lot. They play fast, so there should be more opportunities for rebounds for Dame. We're going to pair that with Victor Wembanyama higher than 25.5 points. I feel like Wembanyama had a little bit of a coming out party on Christmas Day. This is another holiday game, New Year's Eve. 25.5 points, definitely doable for Wemby here. I know that they're playing against the Clippers, who might slow things down a little bit, but Clippers are also on a back-to-back, so I think that there might be a little bit of less defensive effort on their end. Give me Wemby 25.5 points or more in this game, 3.42x multiplier. All right, NHL number 3, NHL number 1 of 3. We did 3 NHL slips today. NHL number 1, Alex Ovechkin higher than 0.5 goals. Obviously, Ovi has gotten right to work after returning from the IR and playing. I think that the Caps are in a great spot to beat the Bruins. By the way, this is a early game, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you don't miss it. But Ovi is a guy that, again, I think that he's going to be just fine against this Bruins. I think that he's mad that he missed so much time with his injury. He's still chasing that record. He wants to get it this year. He doesn't want to play another offseason, have another offseason and another a whole another season next year. But he'll do it if he has to. He doesn't want to. I think he's probably going to have to, but that's neither here nor there. So Ovi goal here against the Bruins, which is a little bit better lately, but still not that good. Then we're going to go with Jack Eichel higher than 1.5 points against the Montreal Canadiens. Canadiens have had some good defensive performances lately on the road. Don't think that's going to stick around. I think the VGK is going to crush them at this 12 Pacific game here. This is a 4.53x multiplier. Obviously, Jack Eichel is a great helper, man. He gets lots of assists. He can also score. So 4.53 with OV to get a goal and Eichel higher than 1.5 points. NHL number 2, Evgeny Malkin higher than 0.5 points in this matchup of the Penguins against the Red Wings. I think the Red Wings are still terrible. I think Malkin at a flat multiplier to get a point in this game is just an absolute steal. Obviously, he's active on the power play. He's active just on his regular shifts. So that's a good one. And then Leon Draisaitl higher than 0.5 goals. Obviously, Draisaitl is a guy that we always target, or not always, but we generally target quite often when we're getting good maximized multipliers when he is playing at home in Edmonton there. So Evgeny Malkin higher than half a point. Leon Draisaitl higher than half a goal, 3.46x multiplier. NHL number 3, we're going Jack Hughes higher than 0.5 goals against the Ducks. I love the Ducks, but Jack Hughes, man, you got to deliver for me one of these days, and this is a great spot to do it. New Year's Eve in Anaheim, Jack Hughes higher than 0.5 goals. Pairing that with my boy Macklin Calabrini of the Sharks higher than 0.5 assists, 3.79x multiplier. All right, last slip of the day is a big time lotto. We're going to get 57.25x odds if this thing goes 6-0. We're going to start with Thomas Hertl of the VGK Golden Knights higher than 0.5 goals. Again, I think that the Canadiens are going to allow a lot of goals in this game. Then we're going to go with Garrett Nussmeier higher than 0.5 interceptions in this game of LSU against Baylor. I think Nussmeier is not good. That's one part of it. 2, I think that he's not happy, even though he's sticking around at LSU for another year. I think Baylor is going to crush them. I think Nussmeier is going to have to try to force some balls. I think he's going to get picked off, which he's definitely easy to he's easy to pick off in the grand scheme of things. We're going to go with a college basketball pick next. We're going Ryan Kalkbrenner of Creighton, higher than 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Personally, don't really like Creighton, but I think this spot against St. John's is a good one for Creighton. I think they're being undervalued here, and higher than 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists is a good spot to target Kalkbrenner in a game that I expect to be very high scoring, lots of shots, so lots of opportunities for rebounds, lots of points and assists. Then we're going to go with Tyler Warren, do it all tight end for the Penn State Nittany Lions, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. We're going to pair that with Anthony Edwards, higher than 3.5 3-pointers made in their game against OKC. Finally, Sidney Crosby, higher than 0.5 goals in that game against the Detroit Red Wings. If this goes 6 for 6, 57.25x return on your money. If it goes 5 for 6, 7.08x. If it goes 4 for 5, 0.74x. Lots of options, lots of ways to make money, lots of slips today. 9 slips on New Year's Eve. Closing out 2024 strong with another winning day. I can feel it. We'll be back tomorrow with even more picks. And by the way, no NFL today because there's just not enough up on the board yet. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that's in flux right now with the NFL as far as who's playing and who's not in this final regular season week. But we will keep an eye on those numbers and put out slips ASAP. All right, that's all I got for you today. Happy New Year, and let's make some money.